Times are changing, and you need to start adding energy services to your business. I'm an energy engineer with almost a decade of experience, and I have the resources that you need to add more value to your clients, make you more money, and of course, make the world an itty bit better. If you make buildings better, we make you an itty bit better. All right, so let's start with the big reasons why you need to add energy services to your business. Now, I'm not going to go into the facts and figures about climate change. We all know that that's happening. I'm sure that's why you're here. But let's go into some facts about buildings specifically and why target buildings for emissions. According to a report done by the UN in 2019, building emissions account for almost 40% of the world emissions. So let's start with the big reasons why you need to focus on adding energy services to your business. First of all, climate change. We're all aware that it's happening. We all hear the marketing, the media, all the things that are pushing sustainability and energy improvements in everything from our buildings to our cars to how we do business to the products that we consume to the equipment that we use, appliances, all of these things. But today we're focusing on buildings because that's what you do. So while I'm not going to go into climate change and what that is and why we need to care about it, we're just going to focus on buildings. Also, people care more about climate change and sustainability today more than ever before. According to a survey done in 2021 by PwC, nearly 81% of the people that took this survey expect companies to be focusing more on sustainability and climate change. They expect more marketing from companies being green, being more conscious forward. So if your customers are already expecting this, then why aren't you already offering these services? Government policies are moving fast around the world and in the US. You know, we hear some states that are more environmentally conscious than others, like California. That's where I live currently. Other states are not very far behind California with building energy efficiency and other environmental policies, and things are changing and they're moving fast. And so not only will your clients begin asking for it, but it may soon be more and more required to meet a lot of these energy standards. Particularly, one of the biggest movements we've seen so far is the Inflation Reduction Act. And now that doesn't really have energy or sustainability in the title, but the Inflation Reduction Act, probably 80% of it focused on environmental impact, mostly energy in terms of buildings, but it also went into water conservation and agriculture and environmental impact as well. So whether you are in new construction, renovation, or maintenance, you are on the front lines of climate change, and there are a lot of benefits to adding energy services to building improvements. You guys are making spaces more comfortable, more functional, and aesthetically pleasing, and energy services is also a big part of that. We're not just saving energy, but we're also saving money. You're also providing more value to your clients, because if you're able to have the conversations of, you're not just fixing their HVAC unit, but you're also making it last longer. You're preventing them from replacing the unit, which is going to cost them a lot down the road. You're reducing their maintenance, making it more efficient to reduce their utility costs. And knowing all of that is providing your clients the value in order to seeing you as the authority when offering energy services. And energy services is just about understanding that dollar value and the energy saving amount to what you are providing to your client. So whether you are installing insulation, you are doing HVAC maintenance, you're adding an additional room on, maybe you're adding energy to a space. Even though you're increasing that base load of the building, making sure that that additional energy usage is going to be more efficient is going to be very valuable to your clients. And because you're adding all of this value to them, you can then increase your prices and make more money because you are now an authority figure, because your clients see the value in what you're providing, and your clients will continue to come back when they have more needs. So what are some of the missed opportunities if you're not implementing energy services in your business? Well, let's name 3 to start. The first one being your clients aren't happy. If you're not doing a proper assessment of what the cause of the problem is, say a space is really hot or too cold, and you're implementing more insulation where actually it was an HVAC problem, or the HVAC is working fine, but you actually needed more insulation in a space. Being able to make those assessments, even if you don't offer both of those services, could actually help you in the long run. Because if you're providing your customer the knowledge into what the source of the problem is, then they'll be happier in the long run. They'll trust you more. And when they do have a need that you can fulfill, you'll be the first person that they call. Second, and this is probably maybe even bigger in your eyes, is you could be losing out on money. More efficient equipment could be the more expensive option. The more expensive option means more money in your pocket. And so if you're able to more clearly define the reasons why for this particular customer, this more efficient equipment means more energy savings in their pocket, then that means more money in your pocket as well. So the second thing is oftentimes the more efficient equipment is the more expensive option. Now, this isn't the case all the time, and of course you'd want to compare the energy savings and the cost associated with those savings to the cost of the equipment, but if you're able to clearly tell the customer why this more efficient equipment will save them more money in the long run, then that's better for you and the client. You're getting a higher commission on that larger piece, more expensive equipment, but the customer is also happy because they're getting more savings. And so if you're able to clearly communicate that with the customer, then it's a win-win. Lastly, simply educating your customer is super valuable. If you're able to educate them on the energy savings, pros and cons of different equipment, able to walk them through what their different options are in terms of solutions, then they'll see you as the authority figure. And when another need arises, again, you'll be the first person that they call. So how do you implement energy services into your business? It is, of course, unique to you and your business, but I have some very general steps that you can follow. First, I really recommend watching the energy pyramid video. That'll give you a very baseline place to start, so you get an idea of what an energy engineer looks at when going into a building. And you having that knowledge, even if you don't have all of those services and offerings under your belt, it'll just give you the knowledge and that leg up, making you the leader in your industry, because customers will come to you for answers to all their questions. So by understanding the energy pyramid, you'll also get a better idea of where your company falls within the energy pyramid, because then if you don't offer all of those services, you have 2 options. Either you can widen your offerings even more and offer some of those other services, or if you become a partner with another contractor that does offer some of those services, now you can create a referral business, because if there are some things that should come before your services, then you can refer your customer to your partner companies, and then they can refer their customers to you when their customers are ready for your services. I recommend doing a special energy audit just for your services. If you deemed that your customer can benefit from your service and what you provide, then do an audit, go to the site, and make sure that it truly is what they need. This gives you the opportunity to collect as much information you can and do those very rough calcs on how much energy you think they'll save, and then of course how much money that you think they'll save. And you can do that analysis for the proposed solutions and how those savings can go into the initial cost that they're going to put in upfront. Next, get familiar. Get familiar with what solutions are out there, what saves the most energy, what are considered sustainable options, and also what fulfills like green building requirements. And I recommend just start Googling in your industry. And then just start asking questions. Are there any opportunities for renewable technology integration? How about energy management or monitoring systems? Then after collecting all that information, creating a very simple report, just a summary of what you found, what the energy savings are, what the costs are for the different options, and what you specifically recommend and the reasons why, that'll give you a step up above all the rest. So I know when I say reports and calculations, that's when people turn off because that's not the fun part of the job. But Itty Bit Better is here to make you an itty bit better. So check out our website, ittybitbetter.com, where we have downloadable spreadsheets that create one-page reports on simple calculations. If we don't already have what you're looking for, either shoot us an email, leave a comment below, or reach out some way to let us know what you're looking for and see how we can help you. So in the meantime, leave a comment down below on what are the services that your business provides, and sign up for Itty Bit Better newsletter. We send it out once a month, and which just includes more tips and tricks on making you an itty bit better with resources and tools and fun information. And I'll see you later. Together, we can make the world an itty bit better.